Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're not new, hi again. This is my channel. I love making everything DIY. I love to make DIYs on a budget, and I also love to do thrift flips, and I also absolutely love to make wreaths. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. I would love to have you join my little group and community. Also, don't forget to give me a like and also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. I'm also on Instagram and Pinterest, so I'm always posting on there. You can see new stuff. And also, I have a wreath shop. It's called Kristas Wreath Designs. It's an Etsy shop, and I will have that link down below as well. Today is all about Egg-Cited for Easter. I am your host, and my co-host this month is Craftastic DIYs, and there's all these lovely ladies that join us every month that are also on the playlist, so check it out down below. But let's get into DIY number one, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So I'm going to take 2 of these plastic Easter eggs that you get at the Dollar Tree that got the tinsel on them. I'm going to take a little chick that I had in my stash, some moss, some florals, and also 2 little eggs. And then this super moss that you could get at Hobby Lobby, and it comes in a bag. And it's just like a little bit thicker of a Spanish moss, and it feels like branches. So you'll see that in a minute. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, this lovely this lovely stuff that's on this egg. I'm not much one for the garland type of stuff, so I took it all off. And then what I did is I'm going to paint it once I take the little, these little things that are on the end, of like little nubs. You have to take them off with your, you could probably use your scissors if you got a good pair of scissors, but I just used my wire cutters. So next what I'm going to do is I am just going to take my little dauber sponge and I'm going to paint this all white. So I did the outside, the inside, I make sure I got in between. And then once it's all painted, I'm going to take a little piece of some floral foam from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to zip tie that to the inside of one of my eggs. Okay, really easy. And then once I get that styrofoam in, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this super moss. Now this stuff, it feels like branches. So you can form it it's really easy to form into like a bird's nest. And that's basically what I'm doing with it. So I kind of formed it in my hand to kind of like make it into a little circular piece. And then what I'm going to do is glue that down to the top part of my floral foam. And then next, I'm going to take some of this. This is reindeer moss, and I use the reindeer moss because it stays together a little bit better and doesn't like kind of fall apart than the regular moss. So that's what I did, and I just covered up the floral foam. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 little eggs that I had, and I'm going to stick them in my bird's nest, and then I'm also going to glue down my little chick. So we're making a little chick's nest inside of this big egg. So this was super cute. I did one of these for Valentine's Day, only I used the heart stencil, not stencil, oh my gosh, tinsel hearts that they had out at the Dollar Tree. And this time I decided to try it with the egg, and I really love the way this turned out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some florals that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to use yellow because the chick is yellow, so I just thought it would be super springy and Eastery. So I don't even know if that's a word. But what I did is I just clipped off whatever florals I was going to use, and then I just stuck them down into the floral foam. And I kind of wanted it to look like the flowers were climbing up the egg, you know, on the inside. And this turned out so cute and so pretty. I loved making the heart one, but this one came out super cute as well. So really fun to make, these are. And then what I did is I came in with a couple other florals that I had I had another little one that had like a little buds on it that were yellow. And I stuck this one right here, and I stuck those inside. And I just try to fill it up so it looked, you know, pretty, and just any way you want. But I mean, you could do this, you could do anything you want. You could put any color bird in these. You can put a butterfly in here. That's what I did with my heart one. I'll link that video down below as well, so you could check that one out too, in case you're interested in making one of those. But it was super fun. I just love making these. And then what I did is I put the other egg on top, and now I'm just going to zip tie it on both ends, the 4 ends basically, on the top and the bottom and both sides, just to make sure it stays nice and secure and stays closed. And then once I get those zip ties on, I'm going to come in with, I had this, and they still have, I think they still sell it at Hobby Lobby, but I've had it for a while. It looks like a little vine, and it's on wire, but it's a ribbon, and it looks like leaves on it. And all I did was wrap it around the entire egg, which you'll see in a minute. Now, this was really kind of tricky to get that ribbon to go around, because it was like really hard, and like, it's not, how do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it. It's this right here. There it is. So it's kind of like all on wire, and like the leaves fall off really easily. So you just got to be really gentle with it when you're pulling it through the egg. That's what I meant to say. And all I did was keep pulling it through, and I just kept wrapping it around, and it just made it look a little more decorative. And I did this on my heart one too that I did. So, and then I took a couple pieces of that yellow floral that you saw me use in the beginning, and I just kind of made like a little swag. And I just took some of the jute twine, and I just wrapped it so that they would stay together on both sides. And then I'm going to take that and glue that to the top of my little Easter egg chick cage, I guess you could call it. And I'm just going to glue that on top. And then I took I made a little bow with the jute twine, and I just stuck that on there as well. And then I just stuck one of the little yellow flowers in the middle of that, like so. Really easy, really simple. This took no time to make. I think the longest part was just painting the whole eggs. But other than that, it was very easy. And then I had this really pretty, and I wish the Dollar Tree would come out with this again, because I haven't seen it in a long time. But this ribbon is so pretty, you guys. I love this burlap ribbon that they came out with. It's so decorative, and it makes great little hangers. So that's what I did, and I just wrapped it around on the inside a little bit, and I'm just going to glue it in the back. And that's my little hanger for my little Easter egg. And I just think this came out so cute. And I'm really excited about this collab because I couldn't wait to do Easter. And I actually came up with the title for this month. And I thought Egg-Cited was super Eastery. So I hope you guys like it. But this is this talented group of ladies. You guys have to check them out. The playlist is down below. Don't forget to check out my co-host, Janice from KristasCraftyDesigns as well. And let's get into DIY number 2. So DIY number 2, I took those little styrofoam bunnies, this little love sign from the Dollar Tree, and some florals. I didn't know what florals I was going to use, guys, so I just showed you a whole bunch. And some Spanish moss. And then I'm also going to use these 2 colors. One is guava, and it's a chalk pink by Waverly, and the other one is a folk art, and it's just a pink color. And what I'm doing is I took the little love out. I didn't really have to, though, because it's just going to be covered with moss. And I am going to take a little piece of styrofoam because I want to make this kind of like a, I don't know, it would look like a little hill maybe, or something like that, to that effect. And what I'm doing is I'm just like filling the whole bottom of this little picture frame with the, I can't talk tonight. I'm so sorry, you guys. I am so tired. I'm getting ready for a craft show, so I'm like beat. I have been making so many wreaths and so many Easter things that to get ready for this craft show that I can't even talk anymore, and I apologize. I'm like talking in riddles, I sounds like. But anyways, so what I did is I took the Spanish moss and I just filled the bottom of that little picture frame, and I'm going to glue it down. And then I took a piece of the styrofoam, which is the floral foam, and I glued that down in the corner. And it's just a little piece. And I'm just going to make it look like a little hill. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that with the Spanish moss as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with some of those pretty florals, and we're going to paint these bunnies because they're styrofoam. And the one bunny looks like a grassy bunny. He's kind of like green, and he's kind of like furry, and he looks like he's made of grass. But I'm going to color him too. So I came in with the pink because I wanted a pink bunny. And this pink is so pretty by Folk Art. And I can't remember I think it's like a pink rose, believe it's called, or vintage rose maybe. And I painted the bunny pink. And then this one, I went in with that guava. Now, I tried using a paintbrush. This was an epic fail. Did not work. So I came in with my little dauber thinking, oh, I'll sponge it on. And yeah, it worked, but I wouldn't suggest doing this. It was really messy. Took a very long time to dry. I tried to dry it with my little heat gun, and it still wouldn't dry. I mean, it was a mess. So my advice, I wanted one bunny laying down and one bunny sitting up, and that's the only reason why I used the grassy bunny was because he was standing up. So anyway, so it got done though. So then what I did is I'm going to take the two bunnies and I'm going to place them inside on top of that Spanish moss. And then I'm going to take a couple of these Easter eggs. Now these are all different Easter eggs. I got some at the Dollar Tree. I got some at Hobby Lobby. These were my stash from last year. And I'm just going to glue those down. And then once we glue those down, I come in with the florals, and I try to pick things that were green, white, and pink. And this turned out so pretty. I saw this on Pinterest, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like a little bunny garden, and it's so easy to make. So I was like, these are so beautiful. And then I took like this long green piece. It looks like a fern. And I'm just going to glue that down so that it kind of like cascades down in the corner of my little scene that I'm making here with my bunnies in my little garden. And I thought that looked really cute like that because I wanted some pieces to come sticking out. And then I came in with some more florals. I took some of these green picks and some of this. It looks like baby's breath, but it's got a little bit of yellow in it, I think, or something. And then I took some of this greenery off of this pick. I just like went in my stash and just started pulling stuff. I mean, you guys just make it your own. Make it look really pretty. This came out so great. And I'm definitely going to make some more of these, especially for my craft show, because people really like stuff like this at craft shows. They look at it and they're like, oh, that's so pretty. And oh my gosh, they would look so cute on my my counter in my living room or wherever, and, or on an island or something, but it just looks so pretty. And then I had these little pink flowers. These were bunches that I got last year, and I haven't seen them at the Dollar Tree this year, but I hope they come out with them again because these are so pretty, these flowers, and they're so realistic looking, and that's what I love about them. And then I just started gluing, some of the greenery down, excuse me. And then the ones that I had to put on the bottom, there was no styrofoam. So of course I had to glue those down with some glue in my glue gun. And I just was filling it up, making it look nice and full, but not too full because you want to be able to still see your little bunnies and the Easter eggs and all that good stuff. And I just kept sticking, the greenery in and some of the flowers, and I just kept going. So while I'm doing that, I just want to remind you all not to forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have yous. If you're liking what you see, just hit that red subscribe button and leave me some likes and comments. I really do love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, so that would be great. And also the likes help my channel too. So, and now I'm just going in and I'm putting in some white because I wanted to put not just pink, but I wanted to add in some of the white as well. So I'm using a little bit of these baby breaths. And this stuff I bought at the end of the year, last year, at the end of summer. And they were on sale. And I got them for like, I got these little picks for 25 cents, 45 cents. They were really cheap. So whenever there's an end of the sale at any place like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you got to grab the stuff, you guys, because you never know when you're going to use it. So then I took some of these solo wood flowers because they had that blue and it was the exact blue that I wanted. So I took some of those out that I had and I'm going to just stick those here and there on here as well. I thought the solo wood flowers would make a nice touch and it's a different texture of a flower. So, and these were like really pale pink ones. And I stuck a couple of those in as well. I stuck some medium-sized one and some small ones and just kind of filled it out the best I could. But there it is, you guys. I think it's so cute. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Absolutely love it. And here are some close-ups with the little bunnies sticking their heads out. I think it's just so cute. I love it. It's just a little cascade garden with bunnies in it. Super cute. So now on to DIY number 3. Oh, and you guys, let me know in the comments which one you like the best. And next we're going to do is a 3D egg. Now I got these wooden eggs at the Dollar General last year. And I'm going to be using some of these scrapbook papers that I had in my stash. They were just in a paper pad. And I am going to trace out the eggs. Now these eggs are meant to stand up in 3D. So they kind of like connect into each other. And there's a small one and a big one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace out 2 different kinds of scrapbook papers that I like. And this is kind of like going for like that spring, like vintage vibe I was going for. And I just traced them out and then I cut them out and I made sure that I cut the little slits too when I traced them because you want to make sure that you have them and you have to make sure now that you're getting your scrapbook paper for both sides because you're gonna, you know, cover both sides. And I'm not worried about the little bunny cutouts in the wood and that. I didn't want that. So now what I'm doing is I'm just using a glue stick. You can use Mod Podge, whatever you want, but the glue stick worked just fine for me. Now, I don't know if Dollar General has them this year, but I haven't really been in my Dollar General lately. But these are really super cute to make. So hopefully they do and you guys can try these out. And then I'm just taking the other one and I made this one. It's kind of like a baby blue color with some pink florals on it and some cream. And then the larger one I did was with some of that darker pinks and light pinks and that really pretty shabby chic kind of look. And I covered that one as well. Now this one is a very light blue color, this pattern paper, but you can't really see that well on here. It just looks like it's white, but it's not. It has some of that baby powder blue in there as well. And I just kind of like tried to match them up so that they kind of like went together really nicely and matched. And now I'm going to go in with the bigger one and I'm going to glue that down. And I'm telling you, the glue stick worked great. It was not moving. So I kind of was happy about that because I really didn't want to Mod Podge because then I knew there was going to be bubbles and all that kind of stuff. And this with the glue stick worked out very, very well because I didn't have to worry about bubbles or anything like that. I love using Mod Podge for some things, but not everything. I think it's kind of like use your own judgment on what you think it would work best on. So, yeah. So now I'm going to put on this other piece And then we're gonna stick these guys together. And they just kind of like, see where the grooves are? They're gonna slide into each other, and the one long one is gonna go into the short one, and then they're just gonna slide right down, which you'll see in a second. It's so hard to explain. It's better if you just watch. And I know some people play music in between because they don't want to talk, but I like to talk. Oh yes, first though, what I did is I took my little sponge makeup thing, you call them whatever they are, that you put makeup on, but I'm using it to distress the edges with some antique wax because I wanted it to look a little bit more worn on the edges and kind of giving that, you know, vintage look to it. So, and then I went in with my little brush because the makeup sponge thing was just getting everywhere. So it was just easier to do it with a little stencil brush that I got from Dollar Tree. And I used that paper towel. I just kept wiping and smearing it. And it just kind of gave it that real old look on the edges of the paper. So this worked out really well. And I love this look, you guys. I don't know, I just love this shabby chic look. Vintage, I'm into all that. I don't know what it is this year, but I really like it. So once I get that done, then we're going to stick them inside each other. And they will work just fine. And then we're going to top it off with some other stuff as well. It's like I had to take it one step further because, I don't know, I just felt like it needed something else. So here I am trying to put them in. And this was a little bit tricky because of the paper, but I mean, I cut the slits, but it was still like kind of like not, it was catching like a little bit. So I just took my time with it and then it slid right down like that. And sorry, I'm a little out of camera there, but that's what it looks like when it's all put together. Super cute. And then I did it with the other one, the larger one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of my florals that I have in my stash that I've had forever. And they're like a paper. Oh, first, I keep forgetting I'm skipping steps. First, I came in with some of these little pearls that come in a little, now I've had these in my stash for years, okay? But they did come from, I believe they came from Hobby Lobby. And what I did is I stuck them down in between the egg on the inside. And I just put a little dab of glue and glued it down. And then I brought it down to the other end and glued it there. And this, these pearls came on a little like ribbon. They just came over a little rope. So there's that. And once I get that all done, so it kind of dresses it up a little bit more. And then I came in with some white pearls. Now these ones I got from Dollar Tree and they come in a little strip. So you have to cut them because they're all kind of together. And I just kind of like stuck them on in between on the blue one. And then once I got those all stuck down, then I came in with the paper flowers. And I am going to start gluing those down on the inside. And I'm just going to put a few. And these I've had in my stash forever, once again. But these are in the scrapbooking section of the Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. They sell these, and I actually got these on sale. They were like very cheap, but they can get pretty expensive. But they do have them on sale quite a bit. So, and I pick them up whenever I see them because you never know when I'm going to use them on something like this. And these are just little picks, and they all come together in one pack. And this color just this blue went perfectly with the papers that I used. So, and I just made like a little shabby chic Easter eggs. And I think they turned out so adorable. And I'm going to do the same thing with the large one. And I'm going to come in with some, I did stick some white flowers in the blue one as well, just to kind of mix it up. and I stuck one of the little leaves, and actually the leaves came in the pack with the flowers as well, which was super nice. And yeah, they're just paper flowers, super pretty, and I love the way these turned out, you guys. So now I came in, and now these ones, I had these flowers that looked shabby chic, and I used those ones to fill my pink egg. And I just kind of stuck different ones in there that went really well with the papers. And then I just glued those all down. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh my goodness. And then once I get those all glued down, I think I was trying to figure out what other colors I wanted to use. Oh yeah, because I wanted to stick another pick in there of something. And then I was going to use one of these leaves, and I decided not to use it. I don't think I used it. I think I used a regular one. I think I changed my mind, and I just totally skipped it out. Yeah, that's what I did. And then what I did is I just started gluing everything down, and I just used one of those regular leaves. They came in one of the other packs with those blue flowers. And then I just started gluing everything down. And that's it for this DIY. And you will see close-ups of this one as well. And this turned out, I'm telling you, so pretty. And I'm hoping that they do have these at Dollar General again, because I would like to pick them up once again and make them. But here is the close-up of these. And I think they just turned out super pretty. But you guys, let me know what you think in the description, in the comments below. And now on to our last DIY. DIY number 4. This one, super fast. All I did is I got this, believe it or not, at a thrift store. And it's just a cracked Easter egg. And it looks like it's ceramic, but it's not. It's tin. It's made of metal. And I took one of the fluoroforms from the Dollar Tree, which went in there perfectly. And then I took one of these mixed, it's like got moss and all these different color mosses in it and stuff. And I just stuck that inside of the egg as well. And then we're going to come in and I'm going to do a couple of the eggs, and we're going to do some florals and just make it look really pretty and different. And this was so easy. And I bought that Easter egg that I'm filling right now for $1. That's it. $1, you guys. I got so lucky when I found this. And I just stuck a few eggs in, and then I took some of these picks and I stuck those in, and this turned out so cute. And I wish I had more of these, but I just got lucky. You know, it's just when you got to go to the thrift stores, because you never know what you're going to find. That's what I always say, because every time I walk in, I always end up finding something, or like I buy something and I know I'm going to end up using it, and I do. And, you know, I know sometimes they say us crafters are hoarders, but I think we are in ways, but I do try to use up what I have. I will say that before I go buy something else, because it could get to be very pricey. But this turned out really pretty and beautiful, and I love it. This was my other favorite. My first one was the egg with the little chick. I thought that was adorable. And now this one was my other one that I absolutely love as well. But you guys, let me know what you think in the description box. And I'm just gluing everything down and sticking some flowers in. And that's really it for this one. Yeah. And this, I'm debating on if I want to keep this for myself or if I want to sell it. But it turned out really cute too. And I know somebody would love probably to have this in their home. But it's hard for me to part with things when I do craft shows, because I like this stuff so much that I want to keep it for myself. That's another problem. But here is that one. Here's your close-ups. It turned out really pretty. And this one gave me that shabby chic vibe as well. But I want to thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to check out everyone in the playlist. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And remember, stay crafty. Bye.